He sort of came to the door so that you weren't here, Yana. They says, I'm going. Yeah. What's the sense
Yeah,
of
it was
staying
like,
here,
oh,
Yana?
maybe.
That's the point.
Yeah. Basically.
The heart of the class. Michael didn't have anybody to call on. Shoko didn't have anybody to call on. She wasn't even here. So Ayano, Jean is suggesting that there's might be a time to make up the test you missed.
Oh,
How would tonight at 7:20 be?
yeah, I can do that. After this class.
I can't, I have something to do, but
No, it's fine. Saturday, I'm here. It's good. It's natural. Maybe Shoko can come tonight too. Maybe Kazuza can come tonight too.
oh, this whole side of the class was just missing, huh?
No, Sierra was here.
Jeff is here.
Oh, right, Jeff.
Jeff and Sierra.
Just curious, did you guys have like a template open where you guys like working together as a class on the ice skating problem at all?
No, tonight we might start doing that. It's reached desperation stage 1. So, Yana, you know what chapter you were supposed to read for tonight, don't you?
I heard that unfortunately
Jean, you're ready though.
15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
got
got
it.
your 10 questions. Jean has his 10 questions.
Don't compare me to Ayana, she's an all-star. She's in another league, she's just,
Every once in a while she's human. Ayana, did I give you this list of basic commands? Here at the back. This is an extra handout. It's really more advanced than what you've been using so far, and it's only optional. You don't have to do those. It's for students like yourself that want to go deeper into basic.
But there are any good hints to make the figures.
Nothing in there will help you.
Okay.
Fine.
Need you up.
Hi. I'd like to thank you for your contribution here. Thank you. It will be distributed to the class for significant. So Ayano, I have your mangled project.
I feel like it's been a long time ago.
Is that a hidden meaning in there. Jean thought it was just at the right time that I gave it back to her. I graded them as soon as I could bring myself to do it.
Well, what do you teach, like 6 classes at a time, between online and on-site? So-
Only, I don't teach any online now, just 3. I hold myself to 3 classes at most 4. So, you want to donate that to the next class so they can look at it?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
because I want to show them the way from.
And we also have a test here for you. Yes, we do. Now, I gave everybody 10 free questions on here, and you needed them, because as you see, you missed some. This is how many questions you missed. But I gave you 10, so you still ended up with this.
Oh, thank you.
But you did miss 8 questions. Jordan noticed she's interested in what questions she has.
Yep, sure enough, huh?
Yeah, she is. She's not nice. So 4 minutes. And these are your grades to date. Howdy, Jeff.
Howdy.
Jeff is displaying the irritability, don't bother me attitude of a person who spent just 2 hours wrestling with code. Bristles, stay away. Yes, ma'am. Here you are.
Here I am.
Duty day.
What'd you say?
Duty day.
Duty day, sure is.
So 2 minutes. We will begin to commence.
You figured it out?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Same. I tried my first.
Yeah, I spent all day. Like,
Did it work?
the only part, like you just said, that part, the
Eliminate it.
A little
eliminate
guys, I
part.
can't hear you. I don't. Yeah.
Jesus, speak
I
up.
think, I think you're
That's the only
right,
part
and this
I couldn't
is
figure out.
Guys,
so I
can
spent
you
all
help?
day on it.
Jeff,
No,
Jeff, can you help?
It's
I'm trying to hear her.
Oh, really?
I'm missing a couple of pages from.
Yes, so did everyone else. It's a complete.
That was it?
Yes.
Alright, so I was like, I just gave up, so I did the first part where you like,
Yes, it's the
yeah,
same for everyone else.
yeah, you put the name and then
It's
put
my
the
mistake.
code and then the bottom
So
part where
it's
it's
a
like,
complete text.
add them all and divide by 6.
Sorry,
Like,
Ellen.
huge part, and it was a
You're just missing one piece though.
yeah, the loop. I just don't know, I need to identify which place it's in.
My bad,
Hold on.
my bad.
Like
So
I
nobody
can,
else is.
I can find the highest and the lowest, it's easy, I just need to know where to grab them and
Yeah.
move them and then divide the other 6.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
would think there would be the function, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
I look
identify
everywhere, like,
specific ones.
I've seen every YouTube video on basic.
In other words,
There's a
in
whole
other
series.
words, Jeff, it's coming down to the point where you're just gonna have to do it yourself.
Yeah, apparently I have to just learn.
No YouTube, no
No
books,
copy
no
paste.
classmates,
Smile
nothing
there.
left.
And I did that
Nothing
too, I'm like,
left.
sitting there like,
I won't do
well,
it for you.
if I do this, like, I did it the long way the first time, and I know that will work, but it's a long, like I said, it's already a page with just that section.
Hand it in, now you're ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start. Shoko, it's time to start. Welcome back, glad that you're here. Okay, now I did have a number of things to do tonight, and one of them was going to be to show you a talk on AI and robotics, since it had to do with chapter 13, which we just finished. But I noticed where everybody's head is right now. Good evening, Kazuza, how are you tonight? Okay, I noticed where everybody's head is right now is in the figure skating project. So what I'd like everyone to do is to bring their chair out into the rug area.
Throw it?
You don't have to, it's optional. Bring your chair out into the rug area and face each other.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awkward.
Circle. This is
That's
Come on.
awkward.
And now we have to sit
I
in
don't
the
know how
chair.
I feel about that. Are we
Okay.
having a power, like an
This is a
intervention?
power.
Wow,
Who
is
is
this
it?
a meeting? Like,
Who is it?
you need a notepad?
Intervention for?
Now, often when a programming project is proving insurmountable for one programmer, he calls in help, and we look for some kind of team solution. So it's my observation that this figure skating program has reached group level. So I want you guys to find a way to do it amongst yourselves.
All right, Jordan, I know you got the answer. I know you got it.
Jordan, maybe.
Jordan, I know, where's he at?
I don't know.
He doesn't have the answer, that's why.
Right.
Like,
The answer is the answer.
Wait a minute.
So, somebody start.
All right,
Talk about general thinking, strategies,
all
prayers.
right, what was your first line?
No, it's too specific.
Okay.
Just in general, real quick, I remember from a math class I'd taken prior, that there was not a function, but we were talking about medium, mode, basically the 4 M's. And one of them ended up eliminating the very bottom and the very top.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that could be a direction, but I don't know.
That's a good brainstorming thing to
What's it
throw out
called
there.
again?
there's medium mode in the third one.
There's like 4.
Average.
They're brainstorming,
No,
they're
there's
Mean, medium, mode,
trying to find
and
a
it's
way
the
to get
mean,
it done.
that's the one where you delete it. Largest and smallest and take whatever's in between.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at math, you guys, so I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I doubt basic has a median function.
So my first section is an array. Is everyone on board with that?
No. Well, kinda, does it look like this at all?
Mine's black and white.
Oh, well, maybe not then.
No.
Mine's very
Okay, keep
colorful.
everybody in the discussion
We'll wait for that.
now. No, who's listening?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm all.
Let me see that.
Alright. This is like literally.
Yeah, that's good.
No, keep everybody in the
The
discussion.
rest is
You
I
don't-
don't know how to do it with a tiny screen.
Should we get a whiteboard out?
Ooh.
Good suggestion.
Ooh.
Bring it up, but don't break the camera.
Vanilla.
Bring it up, but don't work the
You
camera.
guys been in the meeting before.
Overkill.
Also, don't block the camera. Maybe just leave it right there and you stay up there and write on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take it.
No,
Is
that's-
this okay to erase?
Yes. Okay, so we need some direction, we need some ideas. Okay, I'm gonna say something in general. First, the program has 2 segments. The first segment is where you capture the 9 judges' scores. That should not be difficult for anyone. You just put in a for loop and it has an input inside and you feed it into an array. Now Jeff did that quite easily because he was trying to avoid the second segment. So he did something he could do. So everyone should be able to do that without any difficulty. And you can get some measure of satisfaction if you go ahead and get your program to accept the 9 judges' scores. I don't think you need to discuss that with each other. Everyone here should be capable of doing that. So after you've captured the 9 judges' scores, then you can no longer avoid segment 2. Now that I have the 9 judges' scores, how am I going to reduce it to the middle 7? So that's what I'd like you to focus on with each other. How are you going to reduce the 9 scores to the middle 7? Go, please.
Well, of course, we were talking about those two, eliminate minimum, eliminate.
Okay, I'm not here
Yeah,
to
let
talk to
me
each
do
other.
the, right.
Yeah,
It's
so,
easier to write this than
um,
talk.
the basic formula,
Right in front of the camera, you said?
I am here.
the basic formula was all the variables added together, minus min, minus max equal x, divided by 6 would be your overall score. But we need to circumvent that and make eliminate min and eliminate max not that specific function, but something else. So that's where we're at.
Well, that was very
Sounds
strong.
good.
That was very strong.
So,
So maybe if we, let me just write that.
here you go. Here you go.
Thanks.
Good job.
Got any more, Jeff?
Little juggling over here.
So,
It doesn't even work, dude. It's the wrong one.
I see we have a typical meeting here. Sierra, you always have the answers. Do you have a marker?
Oh,
I have one right here.
Yeah, at work. I could go to
So,
work really quick.
See you tomorrow.
So-
Real quick.
1 through 9.
Progress, yeah.
Okay, so these are our variables. Minus min, minus max. Over, what's it, 7?
Yes, 7.
That's excellent.
7.
That's the right way to go it. So you have your sum of 9. Instead of 9, say sum of 9.
Okay.
So you've summed the 9, right?
Yep.
And now you have to subtract the max and the min, which you have somehow identified. And that's the somehow, is where the problem is now. How do you somehow identify the max and the min? Shoko, you haven't contributed yet. Shoko, how do you somehow identify the maximum of the 9 numbers? Tell the group, they need to know. Now, don't be here just to take notes,
So,
but you're not here if you just
those
here
are
to
minus,
take notes.
right?
You're here
Yeah.
to
Minus
solve
the
the
minimum,
problem.
yeah, you wanna subtract that minimum. Yeah.
So
So,
contribute.
So they're gonna be entered in a random order,
correct.
so you can't just take the blocks of code that come from at the
Exactly.
beginning and the end, so it has to actually identify.
Which ones?
Which
Yeah,
was the
lowest and
highest, which was
highest.
lowest?
Right. So how do you do that?
So they're not.
So how do you do that?
That's where I'm at.
so let me see. Yeah,
How do I pull those, because when you do the array, it puts them in a placeholder, right?
mhm.
So how do you identify, like, I don't know how to regurgitate
Well-
the placeholder of the max min
Well,
to identify,
Yes, Mike,
and then remove.
Marcus.
well,
Well said.
why not,
It's a deep subject.
why not just figure out a formula that, or there should be a formula that says to identify the mid and identify the max of the 9, and then write something that takes those two out.
Yeah,
How do
the
you do
trouble
that?
is there
So
is
the
no
only-
Create
such
the formula
formula, you
for
have to write it yourself.
The only thing I can,
We have to write it.
the only
Okay, got it.
formula I know
Yeah.
that I can
Yeah.
do is to do a loop, and it's a loop of if 1 is greater than blank, and then it bounces and it goes through the loop once it finds it, but then I don't know where to go from, okay, we found it, how do I take that number and then pull it out, you know what I mean? So when you do a loop, it'll loop until it finds, like if I say 1 is greater than,
Yeah.
then it goes through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, it's greater than, now it's less than 5, how do I get that 5? That's what the problem is, because it'll stop once it finds it, and that'll be that max. See what I'm saying? So once you
Yes.
find it in the loop, that's how you
Yeah,
find it,
you
and then
find
you do
it,
the
you
reverse
find
for the
it.
minimum.
Alright?
And then you take
Reverse
those
for
two
the minimum.
numbers and
So
pull it out.
those two numbers,
What if we did, it would kind of be messy, but like, if A is greater than B or C or D or E or F or G,
That's what I did.
discard. And,
I did is 2 equals best. If best is less than 3, 3 is best. 3 is less than 4, 4 is best. I did that and that, but that's not a loop. That's just handwritten.
That's okay, you can
Yeah.
submit that in.
Oh, you don't have, I thought you had to do
You
a.
need the loop for inputting the judges, that's good enough.
Oh.
Here's the
So
Well,
right
then
on the
it's the
board
answer.
what you just did,
I'll just do like 2 or 3 of these.
and that's really crude and unsophisticated and inelegant and ugly,
Yeah, it is very ugly. So I did.
but it does do the job.
And my writing is just as pretty.
Can you string that many together at once? Okay. Not bad, Jeff, you actually solved the problem. That's good.
Oh man, are you kidding me? I did this like a week ago. I've been trying to do a for loop.
And you're trying to beautify it, yeah. Don't blame you, because it is in need of beautification, badly. So that's where your fellow teammates can help you, because once they see what you're doing, then maybe one of them can intuit how to put it into
Yeah,
the loop.
one can get out of this loop. I'm already confused.
Yeah.
2 is best.
Oh,
That's
may I
less than-
point out, Jeff's been working on it for a solid week. Kazuza, how long have you been working on this program? Yes. Hmm?
Then,
How long? How many hours have you spent on this program working?
Okay.
Well,
that's
None.
my ellipse.
well, now remember, if you take Kazuza, if you take a course, you're promising you have time to do it, or else you don't take the course. It comes when you sign, I take this course, I promise you I have time. Include it, day 1.
So this is the theory, and here's my ellipse. It goes 3 to best. So 2 to best, if best less 3, 3 to equals best. And then 3 is less than, or if best is less than 4, 4 equals best. So on and so forth.
Jesus.
And it's
That's a
about
lot.
2 pages. Well, it's
Yeah.
a page.
That's a lot.
It's crude, but it works, and that's the start.
I do kind of like a similar way, but I do the, like, most and the least the same
Which one doesn't
time
work?
as
Screen?
this one.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
black one.
she did minimum, at the same time she did maximum, she did minimum.
Show us.
So tell them about it, Iyana.
Yeah, I.
Does anyone have a marker?
No,
Yeah,
that
we got
black
the
one
one.
right there works.
Just want to make sure these are in the
Which one works?
That black one right there.
the inbox.
Yeah. I did like,
You wanna erase that? Did everyone
No,
get that
no,
or?
no.
Hey.
so, let's say, for example, like,
It worked just a second ago,
Yeah.
I swear. I was writing with that.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
very like, so suppose the judge one's score is J1, and then, like J2, J3, and come through that J9. But let's say if
You did it all the way to 9, you said,
yeah, like
for each input?
like